So we are live, are we? Yeah, maybe we are live. I have to actually check that. So if you light, we actually bring some. I could. Is this fine? Yeah. So as you know, guys, today is WWDC 2019, and sorry for the camera quality because you know that iMac camera sucks. The 720p camera, it looks like potato quality. I know that. I apologize for that. But I've been noticing some things recently in YouTube, also in Twitter, that even non-Apple fans, those who are not interested in Apple as a tech company, many people are very excited for the WWDC 2019. Even I know that we will not get any kind of uh, hardware refresh or any kind of new exciting things as we as a consumers. But I think that there are a lot of people, those who are really looking forward to the new software changes which will come to macOS and also to iOS. And I personally, I'm actually very excited for macOS and iOS, especially for iPad, because I know that there are a lot of tweaks which you can do to iOS, but there is nothing to change radically, right? There's nothing you can change radically about iOS because it's already very polished and already very responsive in terms of performance and longevity and the compatibility. So I think there's a lot of improvements which Apple can do. It's only to the UI tweaks and to give some new kind of transitions when you go from one app to one another app. And you can also change the way we can actually place the icons in iOS, especially in iPhone, because there are a lot of ways to space, and it's just very frustrating that we have to put the apps in that very symmetric order, and now we cannot put it in any asymmetric order. But I think so. iOS 13 will be much more important for iPad this year because which was launched last year, the iPad Pro in October, had really good hardware. Already, I think so many of you, those who are watching this live stream, already know that the iPad Pro was such a good device. It has so much of potential in it, but still having that much of power, it couldn't utilize its whole potential because the software is actually not allowing it to show its whole potential. But this year with iOS 13, I think so they will add some new tweaks to multitasking with multi-app windows, also bringing a desktop class Safari browser to the iOS ecosystem, especially for the iPad, so that we can have multiple tabs open in the browser. I think they can also change the way we access files in iPad Pro because they're actually selling the iPad Pro as a laptop replacement. So as being a laptop replacement, it has to able to connect to different kind of I/O devices like hard drives, storages, USB pen drives, all this kind of stuff. So that's actually one of the advantages which the iPad Pro has, and none other iPad in the lineup does not have because it has a USB-C port, and USB-C is very convenient to have when it needs. And I think so they should add, file system, a new file system, and that's it. Dark mode. I don't see anything else to be changed in iOS 13. Maybe some new UI tweaks to the iMessage Find My app, where Apple is going to actually remove the Find My iPhone and the Find My Friends and bring it into one app now, so which would be cool. And I think so. They might be bringing even more apps, podcasts and musics, because Apple has already segregated the Apple TV from the iTunes. So I think so. They are going to launch in many more segregated portions of the iTunes. But I don't think so. Apple should kill iTunes because the iTunes itself has been serving us Apple users for so many years, for decades. The iTunes has become like a holy grail for transferring data, taking backups, and all this kind of stuff. If you're a Mac user, you already know that. Even if you're a PC user who has an iPhone and transfer and takes all the data from a PC by using iTunes for PC, you know that iTunes is so important and it's so good. But I don't think Apple is going to kill iTunes. We have been reading these articles everywhere that Apple is going to kill iTunes and not going to bring iTunes anymore. iTunes is finished for now. I don't think so. iTunes is not finished. It's not going anywhere. It's still there, and it will continue to serve as it has been serving us for so many years. And for macOS 10.15, I think so Apple can do a little bit more stuff over there, because the macOS which we have been using for so many years had only had some very slight tweaks to it, some technical stuff, tweaks which are more useful for developers rather than as consumers. Last year we did get dark mode, which is a good addition to the macOS ecosystem, but who uses dark mode seriously in macOS? And I think so, yeah, during nights when you're doing heavy kind of workloads, to have less amount of light going on your eyes will be helpful. But still, I think so, if Apple can do a lot of changes to the UI of the macOS, how the icons look, and how we have been using a macOS for so many years, because the design of macOS hasn't seen any kind of design refresh for so many years. So I think Apple with macOS 10.15, I don't know what the name would be because it hasn't leaked. But whatever the name is, macOS 10.15 might get a design refresh with it, which I'm actually very looking forward to. And also, I think so Apple should now bring Xcode for macOS also to the iOS ecosystem, because there are a lot of people. I've said this in my previous video. There are a lot of people those who want Xcode in iPad Pro because it has the hardware for it and it can totally run Xcode without any problem. I think so many developers, even many students who are working in engineering college and also dealing with Swift language and Objective-C, they're going to love that. And with WatchOS 6, I actually don't have a lot of expectation because I also don't use an Apple Watch. But still, with WatchOS 6, I think so many people are excited for the new calendar app. Not calendar app. Yeah, we might get calendar app, but I think so many people are also interested for the calculator app to get on the Apple Watch ecosystem. Many people are also excited for the App Store now to be available in WatchOS ecosystem, and I think so that would be great because there are a lot of good apps which many developers can bring to their WatchOS counterpart, and we can now finally download apps from the Apple Watch without being, completely dependent on the iPhone, which would be absolutely great. I think so Apple are doing that, and we are going to have a look at it. And I think so many creators, many YouTubers are only excited for the all-new Mac Pro. A Mac Pro hasn't been unveiled for so many years, but I think so the Mac Pro is going to be shown this time. A sneak peek. I don't think it will be available right away. Maybe in November, December, or maybe early next year. Who knows? Usually Apple has been delaying their shipments nowadays, which Apple didn't used to do previously that much. Actually, they used to, but not that much. But I think so. There's a high potential that we might be able to see a Mac Pro this time. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. This was the last video which I would make before WWDC 2019. I hope you were excited for this video, and let me know your thoughts in the comment section below in the live stream of the video. And even if you watch this video after the stream ends, let me know your thoughts. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in more videos. Thank you. We're ending here. Yeah, we're ending.